Alright, you are welcome to level 2, session 5 of our HTML training. In our previous session, we actually spoke about labels and placeholders. Today, we are looking at text area and action. Okay, so text area is a form field that receives more data as compared to text. Okay, it's a form field or input type that receives more data as compared to text. Then the action or form action is used to redirect your form to a desired destination when the submit is clicked. So let's look into that. This is where we got to, or we ended in the previous session. So we are going to look at text area. We are going to look at text area. So I would like to come here to insert a new label. So let me put in a label here. Alright, so this one is going to be for, let me say, your message. Assuming we are taking in messages. Okay, your message. So the person filling the form is going to type a message. So that's your message. Then down here, I give an input. I want us to see something here. So let's assume the input is text. Okay, the input is text. Now, when I save this and I refresh, we are going to have your message. But sometimes the person will have to type a very long message. So you realize that it doesn't break, it keeps moving, and some of the text gets hidden. We don't want it to be like this. We want it to be visible. We want the space to be big enough for the users. So with this, you don't use the input type. You don't use the input type. You use what we call the text area. So I'll clean all of this. Then I'll use text area. So you go straight using text area. Okay, so this is how the text area looks like. So when I save this and I refresh, alright, so you see it is a bigger field. The text area is a bigger field. Is that right? The text area is a bigger field. So I would like to put a break here so that the text area can come under your message. So the text area is a bigger field. Alright, so over here I can still put a placeholder. So for instance, I can come to this side and write placeholder like we learned in the earlier ones. Then a placeholder is type your message. If I save this and I refresh, I should see type your message here. I believe you are following. Alright, now this is what I want us to look at. The text area comes with this name functionality, the ID also. As I said earlier, we'll be using this in CSS. All this will be using them in CSS. But let me talk about the columns. The codes you are seeing here means columns. So we can reduce the columns. When I reduce this column, it reduces the size of my text area. So let me see, maybe I use 15. Let's see how it looks like. So you see, it reduces the columns here. Alright, so I can maintain the 30. And I refresh this, it goes back. You can reduce the rows also, or increase it anyhow you want it to be like. So if I use 5, let's save and see how it looks like. So it goes up this way. So that's what the text area is used for. Let's break the submit. So I'll put a break here. Okay. Alright, so I think I need only one break. I don't want to have two. Let me save this and refresh this. Okay, so the submit comes down here. Alright, so that's about the text area. The text area. So you realize that it takes in more typing space than when we were using the text. Okay. Now I also talk about the form actions. The form actions, that's what we are seeing here. So the form action is used to redirect the submit button, which is the enroll that we used here, to redirect it to another web page. So for instance, when I come here, I can redirect this whole form to maybe Facebook, okay? Or to make it much easier, I'm not connected to the internet, so let me use one of the pages we have in here. So I come here to my level 2. Okay, so my level 2, I'll look for one of the pages. So I want to connect it to maybe practice.html. So I'll come here and I'll type inside my form action practice.html. Okay, so that's it, and I can save it. This means that when I click on the submit, it should carry me to practice.html. So let me refresh this. Then I click on my submit button, which is called enroll. When I click on it, see, it has sent me to practice.html. Can you see that? That's how you use the form to connect to another web page. You use the form to connect to another web page. Let me go back. Let me see if there's another one. I can connect to table quiz.html. Okay, so I can come back here and change whatever is here. Table quiz. Alright, so I just want to give you another example so that you'll be certain and understand what you are looking at. If you don't type the name well, it wouldn't work for you. So let me refresh this and let's see how. Alright, so table quiz, I have to check it well. Table quiz.html. Where are you? Table quiz.html. Alright, table quiz.html. I don't know what I'm typing wrongly. Okay, but let me just use another. Okay, so table.html. Let me use that one. Let's see what comes up. Let's refresh this. Okay, I'll copy the path again and paste it here. Alright, so wow, it has gone to my table.html. So this is just how to give the form an action, okay, so that it links to or it redirects to another page. That's what happens when you are trying to fill forms online. Sometimes when you click on the submit button, they redirect you to another page, and that is exactly how it was done. Alright, let's keep practicing. As I told you, practice makes perfect. Keep practicing and submit it on the submit group so that we'll see how far you have gotten to. Thank you for joining me in this session. Let's prepare for the next session. Bye bye.